All right, today we are going to be using some oil pastels. We're gonna start with a black piece of paper and we're gonna be making artwork inspired by Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. Now we're gonna make this for fall, so we're gonna put some pumpkins in our landscape. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to make a big, medium, and small pumpkin. So let me grab my fresh black piece of paper. Now you could use your paper vertically or horizontally, whatever you would prefer. But the first thing you're gonna wanna do is start drawing your pumpkins. Now I'll draw the first one with you guys and then you're gonna draw two more. So I'll start with my big pumpkin. I'm gonna do an oval. I'm gonna do the letter C, and then I'm gonna do a backward C on this side, a backward C on this side, and one more. And I'm gonna color that in. I am going to find a yellow and I'm gonna put it in the middle of each part of my pumpkin. Then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my brown and I'm gonna do a diagonal line, another diagonal line. I'll color that little section in, and then I like to do a little wavy line at the end of my pumpkin stem. Now it's up to you, but you can make this into a jack-o'-lantern if you add a face on there. I'm not going to. So that's gonna be my large pumpkin. Then I'm gonna draw a medium-sized pumpkin above it. It could be right above it, it could be on the left side or the right side. I'm gonna go over to the right side, I'm gonna do an oval, and I want that oval to be smaller than the first one because this is my medium-sized pumpkin. I'm gonna do another one. All right, color it in. Again, I'm gonna grab my yellow and I'm gonna go right in the middle of each section. I'm gonna get my brown, diagonal, color it in, do a little loop-de-doo, my stem. Now I gotta do my little baby one. I could do it, it has to be above the medium-sized one, so it could be above it over here, as long as it's above it, okay? So I'll do my little one maybe right here. I'll do a little oval, little C, other side. This is a little tiny pumpkin, color it in. I'm gonna add my yellow, just a little bit at a time. Add my little stem. And I'm just gonna make this one just a little regular stem. Okay, so we have to draw the rest of our landscape. So this is going to be our foreground where our three pumpkins are. So I'm going to grab my green and I'm gonna make a curved line that touches my little pumpkin, and it's gonna go down and go to where my medium-sized pumpkin is, and then I'm gonna bring it over to the edge of the paper. Okay, now in my middle ground, I'm going to draw some mountains, and you can do these however you want. They're kind of like triangles, just the tops of triangles. Okay. And then in the background, the one thing I want to make sure that I include is the moon. So I could put it over here, in the middle, on the left. I'm going to put it right over here in the corner. That's kind of where Vincent van Gogh has his. It's kind of like the letter C, but it's like pointy on the edges. Right? And then we start to add our swirly dotted lines all over. So it's kind of like a dotted line, a wavy line, and a spiral all mixed into one. So a spiral line looks like this, a wavy line looks like this, and a dotted line looks like that. So we're actually gonna do swirls and waves, but using a dotted line. So what I mean by that is if I wanna do a wavy, I do the wavy, but I make it dotted. It's almost like we combine them into one line. And the same thing with my spiral. I'm gonna do a spiral, but I'm gonna make it dotted. And then maybe it goes off and becomes a wavy line over here, okay? And Vincent van Gogh did that a whole lot with his lines. Instead of just making his lines solid, he made them dotted. So we're gonna add all those dotted swirls or spirals and waves into our background in the sky, into our middle ground in the mountains, and even into our foreground where our pumpkins are. So we're gonna use lots of colors. So we're gonna look at Vincent van Gogh's picture and see what kind of colors he used, and we're gonna use that to inspire the colors that we wanna add into our landscape.